I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? Okay. So you guys saw I've been posting about this new website that I've been kind of diddling and daddling with, and I'm just like, I'm loving the program, the ease of it, the simplicity of the way that it works. I haven't really done anything with it except review it. And you guys know I love to review websites. So it is Book Blaster. And I'm all over it. And I have the, I guess, creator, or he's going to specify who he is, because I want to make sure that don't say anything. But Mr. Clarkson is here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Yaya. Thank you for having me. I'm the founder of Book Blaster. But there are several owners and shareholders at this point. And the way I look at it, every single one of our users is an investor. So you're actually a part owner and stakeholder in Book Blaster as well. But the platform came from our agency's work with authors during the pandemic. A lot of people sat down and said, let me finish that book, or let me get serious about promoting the book that I already finished, or the 10 books that I already finished. Because as you probably know, Yaya, writing a book and selling a book are two different things. And writing a book is already hard, but after you finish it, it's this kind of moment where you upload it to Amazon, or wherever you upload it to. It's like, well, now what do I do? And so that is where during the pandemic, my attention went from I was working with restaurants and high-end hospitality brands, Mountain Dew, Intercontinental Hotel, a whole bunch of stuff from Justin Sutherland from Top Chef. But when the pandemic hit, all of that shut down, and so my business also had to pivot. And so during this time, that's when my wife actually published her first book. And it was in helping her with the marketing and just kind of being introduced to this world of authors that I saw the opportunity to be able to help authors once they've finished a book, or actually before they finish the book, start to sell that book. So that's where Bottomless Book Sales, my first book, came from. So Bottomless Book Sales is all about a simple, fast way for any author to sell any book. So I wrote the book, and I put it out there, and I started teaching workshops, and I really wanted to show authors like, hey, any book, you can build a business system around any book. You just have to know what you're doing. But it was with my constant conversations and working with authors that I realized that, okay, even if you know exactly what you're doing, it's still a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, money, and energy to really to get it right. So a lot of authors either just avoid it altogether, or they try and hire someone to do it, or they kind of just make it up as they go. Exactly. That can be really expensive. Or you get on Fiverr and you kind of like piece together a strategy. But all of those solutions take a lot of time, and again, if you don't really know where to start, it can be extremely overwhelming. So that was where the Bottomless Book Sales method came from. But with that method, like I said, even if you know exactly what to do, how to build landing pages, how to set up your Facebook ads or your TikTok ads, how to do all of your email marketing, it's still a lot of work. It can still, be tedious. And even for me, and, I have a whole agency, it can still be a lot of work, tedious, and time consuming. So Book Blaster, the idea for Book Blaster was born, right? So the idea was, what if we could automate this? What if we could use AI to build out this bottomless book sales method? So that's where the software started. It actually started as a tool that we were going to use internally to be able to make our own work more efficient. But as soon as we started developing it, we realized that we were onto something, and that Book Blaster should be shared with the world.
I love that. And the one thing I love, and let me clarify this really, really big. Okay, so they have these systems that they come out and you see these advertisements that they have on Facebook where it's a one-time fee, one time only, and this and that. And then you buy that. And I've done that many times. And then all of a sudden you can't get in. It's gone. The website shut down. They no longer have it. You just bought it. Like you just bought it.
Right.
So, but you guys are different. You guys have a website that's dedicated. You sign in, you sign out. It's there. You're upgrading stuff because I'm getting emails. Like I got email this morning saying that there's like something else, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even. I was like, yes. So to me, this is just like the perfect system for me to actually go ahead and begin. And you're right. I'm gonna say you're right. I have books that most people don't even know I have books because I have so much on my plate already. And I'm sure like people with children, they're the mommy, the taxi thing. You don't have time.
Definitely.
You're driving. I'm driving, so it's like you're going from place to place. And by the time that you sit down and you think that you have a minute to yourself, that minute is pretty much gone
Exactly.
because it takes a lot more than just a minute or even 15 minutes
Exactly.
to come up with a plan to advertise your book. But you guys have this auto thing in there that just threw me for a loop. I'm loving it. So how
Awesome.
does that work?
Awesome. Well, would you like me to show you instead of telling you, and I can kind of walk you
Okay,
through
wait,
it?
hold on a second. Let me just yes, I could go ahead. Go right
Awesome.
ahead.
Okay, so let me pull up a Book Blaster tab, and I'll walk you through our new dashboard. Give me 1 second.
I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. This is an amazing thing. Writing your own book, even if it's no content or low content books, calendars, all of that on Book Blaster, and you can promote it. And that's what the founder is going to do today. He's going to show you how to do this. This is look at this. Look at this.
Okay, so real quick, I do want to make one correction. Yeah. So you can't write your book on Book Blaster yet.
Right.
We are everything that has to do with selling your books, as you can see here, the promo pack generator comes with ads and mock-ups and emails to send to schools and local businesses.
Gotcha.
And a whole, but pretty much everything you need to sell your book all in one. And then all of these different modules, workflows that you see here, they are tools for authors to be able to, for example, if you just want to generate hashtags for your book, you can use the hashtag finder, but that's actually a tool that's built into the promo pack generator. So if you run the promo pack generator, you can get all of these components all in one. But what we're doing now to expand upon that is allow authors to run each work, to operate each tool individually. So if you see the social media post scheduler here, so far with Book Blaster, you can generate everything you need to create all of your social media posts. So if you're constantly trying to come up with, words to say with, what should I say to actually sell your book, it's crazy. Authors can spend all this time, money, and energy writing the actual words of the book. But then when it comes time to sit down to write the words to sell the book, it's a whole new level of, and here I'm having a brain fart.
A brain fart. That's how you see
exactly, a brain fart. But writer's block. Thank you. I had thinker's block, speaker's block, but it's a whole new level of writer's block when you're actually sitting down to put together your advertising materials. But what most authors don't understand is that good advertising, good ads aren't written, they're built. So they're constructed of components. And when if we could have AI, which is what Book Blaster does, if AI can generate those components for us, then building our ads becomes a lot easier. It becomes a snap, as opposed to sitting down at the computer just saying, what can I possibly say to make someone want to buy my book? So let's dive in a little bit deeper.
Stay there for a second, right there. That social media post scheduler. Let's stay there for one moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I'm sorry, because I was thinking after the fact, you've written a book, you put everything together. This is where the real work begins, right? This is where you
Yeah,
guys come in. But
right.
let me ask you a question. Let's just say for just just asking the question. I have a podcast. And the
Yeah,
podcast is consisting of transcripts and stuff like that. So if I go to the social media post scheduler,
yeah.
can I come up with ways to promote that as well?
So it's a good question, and I'm glad you asked. We are designing Book Blaster to be the best tool on the market for indie authors and publishers to sell your books, our
Mhm.
books. Um, for that to be possible, that means we have to be laser focused on the problems that are specific to authors and publishers.
Gotcha.
So all that is to say, we are only focused on building the front end dashboard and the back end algorithm to be able to support that mission.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, because some people might want to use it for this. They want to use it for that, but that's not what
yeah,
it's for. Gotcha.
exactly. And that's also that's really what makes Book Blaster different and what makes it special is that it's designed specifically for this task. So just
Gotcha.
like you wouldn't use a butter knife to cut down a tree, it's a very specific tool for a very specific task. And where we're going with this is really digging into those pain points that make selling a book difficult. So we're not here yet, we're not there yet, excuse me, but where we're going is to be able to, in 1 or 2 clicks, generate an entire campaign for your book, but not just a campaign just to say that, you got it done, it's off my to-do list, but a campaign that actually moves the needle, a campaign
Mm,
that actually gets you results. So with the bottomless book sales method, we know how to sell books.
right.
The problem is 99% of authors don't have the time, money, and energy it takes. Let's just be blunt about it. They don't have the time, money, and energy it
No,
takes to build out that system.
right.
With Book Blaster, we are bringing that system, that bottomless book sales method, to
Hmm.
everybody, so that everybody has a chance to be able to sell their book. Not just the people that can afford to hire a huge agency, or not just the people that could spend all day fiddling around with Facebook, whatever else. We built Book Blaster for mom who has to run the mom minivan
The
and run and
taxi?
pick up kid. Yep, the taxi, the mom taxi.
Yes.
We built Book Blaster for puppy parents. We built Book Blaster for people who just don't have the desire to be a marketer. If
Right.
you're an
Like
author, if
me.
you're creative, we
Like
built
me.
Book Blaster. Yes, we built Book Blaster for you, Yaya. We built Book Blaster for you because you should be focused on making amazing creative content,
Exactly.
not trying to figure out, you
How to
know,
market. Oh
exactly.
my gosh.
Your work should just be marketed for you. So that's why we created Book
Now, the
Blaster.
second question I want to ask you before we move on, because this is a part of that question, is it for just written books or is it for books and
That's a
audio,
great question.
audio books?
So the content that's currently generated by Book Blaster is geared mainly towards traditional paperback or hardcover books. But we are working on adding mock-ups, for example, and graphics that reflect audiobooks
I got you.
and ebooks as well. So that's a great question. And it's on our roadmap. But the first focus, our first job, is making sure that we do a great job helping authors promote traditional books.
Gotcha.
So let's look at this promo pack generator.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I am going to actually, let me do one thing. I want to turn off. I want to turn off my autofill. We can edit that part out.
Yeah. I watched this like I don't know how many times afterwards, so don't worry about it.
Perfect. Thank you. Uh, Okay. All right, so I'm going to fill in information about my book, Bottomless Book Sales. Oops. And so it used to be 4 steps, and we've already cut it down to 3 steps. This is a book for authors want to sell more books. Awesome. And let me upload the cover. I don't have my cover handy, so we are going to borrow this one. All right, so the promo pack generator takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we receive an email. And in that email, we have everything that we need to sell our book. So as soon as that email gets it, yeah, it's really cool. So instead of going back and forth with someone on Fiverr or lots of people on Fiverr, instead of getting on Canva and trying to figure it out yourself and then having to like write the advertising copy and messaging to go with it, you know, this tool gives it all to you in a few minutes, in just a few clicks. So
that takes so much off of your shoulders, literally. Like that's best. That's so good.
Definitely. So let's I'm gonna pause my share here, and then I'm gonna open up my email and log in, and then in a few minutes we should have that promo pack, and I'll walk you through that. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. Oh yeah.
You were just saying something?
No, where are you going next with this while we wait for the email to come in?
Awesome. Yeah. If you can imagine, maybe a year or 2 from now, when you have an idea for a book, so not when your book is finished, when you just have an idea for a book, you can log into Book Blaster and get the outline of your book or several different outline suggestions for your book generated for you, and also have AI generate your book cover, right? So once you have your book cover, you can begin your pre-sales campaigns. And if all of that, even from the idea phase, and then going into the writing phase, helping you edit your manuscript, format your manuscript, upload and distribute your manuscript, and then where Book Blaster is now and what we currently specialize in, selling the book and building business systems to build your audience and reach your target audience and make sure that they're buying your book, leaving you reviews. That's what Book Blaster does now. But the vision for Book Blaster and where we're going is helping soon to be authors or soon to be again authors go from that idea in their head or that story that you have, to, if you could dictate, right? If you're writing is not your thing, you get anxious. And this is the story of me when I was writing my first book. I would go on walks and I would have my phone out and I would record my voice into the phone, and I would edit those, and that's how I got my book written, because sitting down at my computer just gave me so much anxiety. It made me feel like I was back in college and I was trying to cram out a paper. So this that method, and I forgot whose book it was, but I was just reading books on how to write books and how to make the process of writing books easier. And one of them suggested that method, just the audio transcription. And so I would, I lived in DC. We would go around, I'd walk around the monuments and the White House, and I would just say my book. And so that got me thinking, Bill, how many other people share my anxiety, and how many other people have books inside of them stuck because they think that they have to sit down and either write it by hand or whatever it is. So the vision here is, how can we in many different ways make the process of going from idea to book, and then book to worlds, making that process as frictionless as possible and almost even fun. You know, right now I think a lot of people, when they think of writing a book, I don't think they think of fun. I think they think, you know, it's a lot of work, and, you know, maybe it's
Yeah.
a satisfying experience. And, you know, you've written books, Yaya.
Mhm.
When you think of writing books, do you think about it as like a fun
No,
experience, or what is your, yeah,
I get the anxiety too. I do.
yeah,
I get the anxiety of having to either type it. I can't type as fast as I can think. And then being the kind of person that I am, that maybe I have like, I don't know, maybe I have a little bit of a short attention deficit or something. I literally would walk in a room, forget what I came in there for, but then figure out something else to do. And
right,
at the end of the
exactly,
day,
exactly,
I'm like, daggone it, I forgot to do that. So it's like,
exactly,
I gotta be able to talk my book. If I can talk
exactly,
my book, then I can sit here and I can literally finish the book in a couple of hours. I'm done. And then
exactly,
I'm on to the next
exactly,
thing. I
exactly.
can't.
So imagine, what if you could talk your book and then AI could help you fill in the gaps, and you're
Oh my
even,
gosh, fill in the
exactly,
gaps.
exactly. And just like suggestive text on your
Come
phone, you know,
on.
that's exactly how GPT-3 works. And that's the technology that our AI tool and most of the AI tools on the market use. It's just the same as predictive text in your phone. It's just a lot more powerful.
I need
So
it.
what if, you know, and that's, it's not what if, it's just a matter of when. And so that's why I'm so passionate about what we're doing and what we're working on at Book Blaster. But yeah, actually, my AI results just came in, and why don't I stop talking and show you
Yes.
kind of the power of Book Blaster? All right, so let me
But hold
share
on.
my, yeah,
Before you go, and we go into the next thing of the day. I wanted to ask you, before you show those results, is it good for someone that wants to promote authors to use?
absolutely. So if you are someone who works with authors like us, like I said at the beginning, we designed this tool initially to help make our work of promoting authors a lot more efficient. And the idea for us was we were going to drop our price so that we could help more authors. The goal has always been, you know, how can we help more authors get their books out there? But once we started building it, that's when we realized that, you know, this is something that everybody should have access to. But the very first people that we designed this tool for is for people that help authors. So if you are a publisher or a writing coach, or anybody who has, you know, a community of writers that you have helped or continue to help with their book journey, Book Blaster is an easy way for you to increase your revenue, or for them to increase their revenue by adding additional services. And you don't have to become an expert in it. You don't have to worry about outsourcing or any of that. You know, just in a few clicks, you can offer a whole a whole suite of additional services. So can you see my screen, Yaya?
Yes.
Okay, so so when we look at this, the first thing that we get is 3 variations of our book description. And then we also have bullet points. So we look at 3 variations of each so that we can find the best. And again, this is all about building the best versions. So with AI, just like anything, it's not perfect. And artificial intelligence is never going to be as good as intelligence. But what the AI helps us do is very quickly generate these variations, where our magic, where our human um, um, intellect still needs to come in, is in making these, in polishing them up and making them make sense for our brand. So I would never recommend that somebody just copies
Copy
and
paste.
pastes directly from Book Blaster without ever reading it. That's not what this is for. But what this is for is, instead of you sitting there and coming up with you know, another variation or 3 different ways to say this, Book Blaster gives you 3 different variations of your log form book description, 3 variations using bullet points, And then we go into Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn copy. And then each of those has a header, then the ad copy. So for example, this one says, looking to sell more books. That's my Facebook ad header. And then the ad copy. Have you written a book and would like to sell more copies and don't know how? Look no further than Bottomless Book Sales. This book has sales funnels that will help you sell more books. Check out the reviews. Really simple, but I didn't have to come up with that. And I can maybe add something to it. I can, I can polish it up a little bit. I can add some emojis, and that's actually something that we're working on building into the software as well. Is emojifying our ad copy, but it's all done for you. It's all done for you. And so then if we scroll down past that, we also get 3 variations of emails. These first emails are designed to send out to your reading list. So as you get people subscribing on your landing page, and they're interested in buying your book, the question then becomes, have you bought my book? If so, please leave me a review. And if you haven't, here's a reminder to buy the book. Then you can also share some reviews that are coming in as those are coming in. But these templates give you a customized place to start for your book, to reach out. And people ask, how do I get more reviews? You ask for them. How do you ask for them? You have a template and you send it out to your email list. It's not rocket science. The biggest reason why most authors don't do it and don't get it done right is because they don't have the time, money, energy, resources. But all you need is Book Blaster, and you're 99% there. So below that, though, the next question becomes, well, what if I want to sell my book in local stores or partner with local shops? These emails are templates that you can send out to local businesses, right? So if there's local gift shops and you want to know how to approach them and you don't necessarily know how to put together the words to ask them, let me read. I'm an author and I like to sell Bottomless Book Sales by Cameron Clarkson in your store or shop. I have a strong following here and there's a high demand for this book. These are the types of things that shop owners want to know that as an author, an indie author, I might not have just thought about off the top of my head. But again, Book Blaster takes your information and spits out all of this extremely valuable information for you so that you can just tweak it and send to any businesses that you want to have a local partnership with. So if you have a book about hairstyles for children and you want to partner with a local salon, this is a template that you can send out to every local salon in your city and offer them a partnership opportunity, right? So now you're building systems. Now you're building systems that can scale, and now you're on your way to selling more books. So beneath that, we have emails that we can send to schools. Same idea, right? If I'm someone, my book is valuable for young people. Maybe it's a chess book for middle school children. Maybe it's a spelling book for the younger students. Whatever it is, these templates are the ones that you send out to the schools when you're looking for opportunities to read your book to at the assemblies or whatever those opportunities are, classroom reads, setting up at book fairs. This email template, it was specifically requested by users, and to your earlier point about us constantly adding updates. And yes, we did send out an email with updates earlier today, but we are constantly taking user feedback and building it into the platform. So if there are use cases and ways for you to make Book Blaster better, we want you on the platform because we want to make this the best platform for indie authors and publishers to sell their book.
And for the press, and oh my gosh, yes.
So that's for the press. I'm not going to go into all the different emails, but those are just the emails, right? And then beneath that, when you think about building your landing page for your website, your landing page. A landing page is a specific type of website page, and it only has one job: to sell your book. So when you build a landing page for your book, you need to put words and put copy on that landing page that makes people want to buy it. So Book Blaster, instead of you having to figure out, okay, what words do I put on my website, Book Blaster gives you 3 different variations, that you can test, tweak, and use however you see fit on your website. Beneath that is one of my favorite types of framework. It's a advertising framework called Problem, Agitate, and Solution. Every book solves a problem. Okay. Most authors suck at selling their book because instead of focusing on the problem that their book solves, they focus on how much time, money, and energy that they spent writing it. And so they say, please buy my book, support me. If any of these things sound familiar, they're all about me, 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 me. Like, I need you to buy my book. Instead of, hey, are you struggling at bedtime to get your kids, wrangled together and get them into bed? This book turns bedtime from a horror story into a magical moment, into the best part of the day. So when you focus on the problem that your book solves, now you're going from begging people to support you and buy your book, and instead offering them a solution to their problem. And so the problem agitate solution framework gives you 3 variations on how to do that as well. And yeah, I know we're running short on time, but I wanted to show you beneath that.
Oh my gosh, you got hashtags. You got, oh my gosh, yes.
So I did it. Yes, the we're not gonna go through the hashtag generator right now, but the mock-ups, right? And I just grabbed this cover very quickly. Obviously, we take a little bit more time.
I love the mock-ups.
Half a second longer. So the mock-ups, yes, the mock-ups. This is what you pair with that ad copy, right? So when you think about what, when I publish my book, I have to get on Fiverr. I have to hire somebody, and they might charge me $30 for 2 or 3 mock-ups, right? Book Blaster gives you all of these different variations, and we're constantly adding more, and we're building that out. It's one of our main focuses, is building out these graphics. And it's done for you in a snap. So that's all I got for you, Yaya.
What is it? That's all you got.
That's all I got for you,
Yaya. No, come on now.
We're working on adding a lot more. We're working on adding a lot more, but
that move right there where you go, please.
Well,
that is amazing. Things I don't have to do. Yes. That's what this is. This is things Yaya doesn't have to do. Things you don't have to do. Like literally, just to me, please. I'm done.
Yes. We're also, like I said earlier, not just focused on taking things off of your to-do list. We want to get results. Yes. And we know the methods, we know the strategies. We've been in the marketing industry for a long time in different verticals. We've helped people sell, a whole lot of things. But if you're going to sell anything, if you're going to sell dog food, it helps if you target dog owners, right? You can have the best dog food in the world, but if you're not reaching dog owners, you're going to have a hard time selling them. So having the right offer and packaging it up and targeting the right audience, that's how you sell anything in any business. But with Book Blaster, we are on our way to making that process a couple clicks and a cup of coffee, and you're on your way.
I love it. That's why I'm a part of it. That's why I'm a part of it. That's why you don't understand the enthusiasm that I have, because I have to finish I have 2 books I have to finish. And I was like, I am not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And I wanted to do an audiobook too, because I wanted to transfer the audio into a book, but then keep the audio. I mean, literally, I'm talking to books. So I might as well keep the audio. So yeah, we definitely got to get the audio thing, but I wasn't going to do it. I'm going to tell you straight, I wasn't going to do it. It's just too much work to try to, and I have books sitting there, literally sitting there, not doing anything. You know what I mean? So we can't do that. Okay, like you said, it's hard for an author who has that creativity to actually transfer over that knowledge, that enthusiasm into marketing.
Exactly. But you don't need to, and you shouldn't have to, right? If your skill, if your gift, if your ministry, it's one of my favorite sayings these days, not my ministry, got TaskRabbit for that. If it's not your ministry, let TaskRabbit do it, because I love what we do. I love helping authors sell more books. The problem that we were running into is that we couldn't help enough authors. So we started building Book Blaster, but once we realized what we had, we started working even harder and faster, because this This is going to help a lot of people sell a lot of books.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the platform. I can't wait. And I mean, you know, there's just so many different things, but we can't get to everything. But I'm telling you guys right now that Mr. Clarkson has done so much of the work already. You don't really need to do anything else except write the book. Just write.
And we have a great team too. We have a great team, and we're pretty much all Black. We've got one brother from Bangladesh, but we are a Black team and a proud team. It's not just me. I want to make sure that that's clear too. We have a lot of people helping to make this possible, but awesome. I am very, very passionate about it.
I would be too. I'm very passionate about using it. You will see soon. You will see soon.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Clarkson, for being here. And you guys have got to try this. I mean, go into the description box below, get that link, guys, and go try this out for yourself. I mean, literally, you won't look back. It'll be like,
I almost forgot. Yeah, we actually do have a special offer for your audience and your fans only. So we have a special code for you, and you're going to send the details. So I'm not going to spoil the surprise. But I did want to just mention that from our family over at Book Blaster to you and your audience, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to having you on the Book Blaster platform really soon.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I got a discount. I got a deal. I got coupons. This thing.
Hit her up.
Woo-hoo. All right, guys. So just go ahead and look in the description box below and get that link and go straight there and go ahead and sign up. You're not going to believe me. You guys will never regret. You won't look back. You won't look back. This is going to be like, I'm not. Okay. I can't even talk about it because I'm just so excited about it. This is the one thing that I have been looking for. And I know a lot of you have been looking for as well. Something that where your creativity and the product of someone else's, you know, creativity and their knowledge comes together with yours, and then it just sends it out. It's perfect. It's perfect. Exactly. I mean, you can still be mom's taxi. You can still do all of the things that you love to do. Write your book, and then you have all of that. I'm speechless. Thank you. I don't even know how to say it. I know how to write it though. So you guys, write that book, guys. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, bye. Link description box. You've got to get this. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Yeah. You are kidding.
I did to be different. I did.